안녕하세요, 친구s. Today, I'll show you how to make the classic Korean dish, bibimbap. Bibim means mixed, and bap is rice. So, bibimbap is rice, but we mix it up with some vegetables and sometimes meat. It's very easy to make, it's classically Korean, and it's a great way to use ingredients that you might have either left over or lying around the house just waiting to be used. You can use almost any vegetable to make bibimbap, but pay attention to two things: the texture and the color. For the green, I have genep or sesame lead and some spinach. We have red bell pepper, orange bell pepper. This is green on the outside, it's zucchini. Bean sprouts, once again that's another white. And we have mushrooms, and when we fry those up, that'll be a beautiful brown color. As well, we actually have an egg. One egg goes on top for that in bibimbap. If you've ever seen a picture of bibimbap, you've seen the egg on it. And of course, for my meat today, I have some steak that I've cut up very thinly. I want the pieces of steak here that I've sliced up to be about the same sizes as my bits of mushroom and my bits of zucchini. Salt is very important because all these vegetables do need a little bit of salt to add flavor while retaining the color. And then chamgirim or sesame oil is a must. If you've ever had bibimbap, you know that sesame oil taste is so important. It gives it that earthy flavor that you want. The first thing we need to do today is prepare our ingredients. We gotta cut all these things up and get them ready so that when it's time to plate and it's time to put these in the pan, it's very easy just to start throwing them in the pan and getting them ready. If you're interested in Korean cooking or Korean culture, hit that subscribe button. Every week I post me cooking a new Korean dish. Some of these you might know, they're the classics like bibimbap. At the same time, I try to cook something new as well, something a little bit off the beaten path. In addition, if there's anything I'm getting wrong or any tips you guys have out there for me, let me know in the comments. I'm always willing to learn something new, especially about cooking. There's so much about Korean cooking that I just don't know, so any advice is welcome. Love to hear it, and I'm sure anyone else watching would love to learn more too. Thanks. The first step, of course, will be to marinate the meat. We're going to take our meat and we're going to make a marinade. Meat can sit and marinate for a little bit while we wait and prepare the rest of the ingredients. The next step then is actually boiling water and putting in our 콩나물 or our bean sprouts with a little bit of salt. They'll sit in that water and boil away for about 20 minutes. The next part after that, get these mushrooms with a little bit of salt and a little bit of oil and put them on a low heat for about the same time, for almost 20 minutes while stirring and moving them around occasionally. What that's going to do is going to take away the moisture and all the water out of the mushroom. Now if you like a mushroom flavor, the less water in the mushroom, the more mushroom flavor is left. And then we have the next ingredients. So we'll do those in order. We'll have our spinach. We're going to blanch the spinach, get the water boiling. Throw that spinach in that water for only about 30 seconds, then immediately run it under cold water. Then get your hands, squeeze and squeeze. Get rid of all the moisture, well, as much as you can. Get rid of that water. Once the water is gone, you've got most of it out. You're going to put about half a tablespoon of sesame oil as well as a pinch or two of salt, maybe about a teaspoon of salt. Use as much as you tend to prefer. Then mix that up, and that's going to create a delicious flavor. It's going to be salty, it's going to be that chamgirim oil that we want. And we'll use that in our dish. So that one's ready. Then we're going to get on with our zucchini. Once again, it's the same. We throw this in the pan and we're going to put a little bit of salt in there, just a pinch for the flavor. When we're cooking our zucchini, remember we don't want to cook it for a long time. We want that flavor to remain, but at the same time we want that crunch and we don't want it to be too floppy. And do the same for our bell peppers. You can do them separately or together, and remember add a little bit of salt. So a bit of salt to each one, and that will help add a little bit more flavor to it as it's cooking. Once it's ready, just take it out and put it to the side. Now the other ingredients are very easy to get ready here. We have our egg. Just crack that egg open, but remember it's usually sunny side up, so we don't tend to flip it, but to be honest, do it how you want it. It's your bibimbap. Cook the egg how you want it. At this point, our 콩나물 or our bean sprouts are done. We're going to take them out of the water, let them drain of water. As well as our mushrooms, they look great. So put that to the side. Now we have the meat, and that's the last one, and we just throw that on, and you just want to brown it nicely. You can cook that on a higher heat so it gets a nice sort of almost caramelized texture on the ends of it while still being a little bit soft on the inside. It's for a good flavor. We don't want to lose all the flavor of the meat. When that's done, set it aside and we're ready to plate. Beautiful. Look at those colors. It's all ready to plate. And obviously the most important part with bibimbap is you've got to plate it right. You're going to plate it so that the ingredients look separate. They almost match with each other in terms of the colors. And then you're going to mix it all up with some gochujang. And I'll just add here a quick tip. If you want to make your gochujang a little bit more runny, then add a little bit of water to it. This, or even some more chamgaram, some more sesame oil. This will make it a little bit easier to mix in. That's what I did with my one, the one that I use for this one later on in the dish. Often if you just take it straight from the gochujang packet, it can be very sticky and tough to mix up. So there's a pro tip for you if you want to make your own. And let me know how you went. If you followed the recipe, even if you just made bibimbap, tell me your favorite bibimbap recipe. What do you like to put in it? What don't you like to put in it? I had fun making this and I hope you do too. Have a great day and enjoy delicious Korean food.